Hey, how are you, sir? Looking too nice for this place.
Whoa. It's not very nice.
My bad. I've been here 18 years, so yes.
This is like all the way from
I was curious, on crypto, stablecoin,
Yeah.
do you think we're going to see movement? Is this going to be one that we might get in spite of the campaign?
I do.
Yeah.
I do think that, look, the House Financial Services Committee has worked diligently since the summer of 2022
Yeah.
to craft a stablecoins bill and a regulatory framework for digital assets that is bipartisan and that can earn support from.
Mr. Hill, would you like this one?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
We're looking very dapper today.
Thank you very much.
He keeps getting compliments.
Sorry to hold you guys up. With the goal that it be bipartisan and fill a real gap that we see in the whole regulatory system. Look, our existing regulatory system just does not account for this emerging technology in Web3 finance. And so that's what we call it, fit for purpose.
Yeah.
We are not cutting slack. We are directing the SEC and the CFTC to do it. And this is something Janet Yellen has testified in favor of.
Yeah.
And Chair Benham has testified in favor of.
Well, no, and I was sent over to you by Senator Boozman, how...
So I can't really speak to,
Pardon me, ma'am.
The senators there's some senators that are equally engaged and working
Well, it seems like
in this arena.
It seems like they're waiting for you all.
But in my judgment, because the House has been working so consistently on this since, as I say, the summer of 2022, I think they're waiting to see, what we can achieve on a bipartisan basis.
And this is almost a nonpartisan issue. It cuts across.
It definitely cuts across.
Yeah. Which is refreshing.
It is.
But
It's an interesting. It is. There's recognition. There's a regulatory gap. I think the federal courts have indicated that because where the SEC has attempted to use existing statutory and regulatory authorities, they've been told by the courts that they're exceeding their authority or not doing it in the right way.
Yeah. What have you thought of Gensler's actions on it? Has he been helpful or?
The SEC has provided technical assistance to both our thinking around the stablecoin bill and the regulatory framework bill, and I think that's a constructive thing I can say. But I think in some of his enforcement approaches that they've probably not been constructive.
That's where they felt schizophrenic, almost like they agree with Elizabeth Warren and Sherman on the one end when it comes to regulatory actions, but then allowing some to go through. But if you guys
generally they generally wish that they could have used their existing authorities. If you back up, the SEC could have used exemptive relief from their rulemakings to accommodate a fit-for-purpose approach to digital assets. But I would say as a general matter, they've chosen not to do that. And so that's produced this litigation.
Interesting. And cherry on top, Congress needs to act because congressional action is always better.
President Biden's executive order implies Congress should act. Secretary Yellen's testified it should act, and Chairman Benham has certainly said that.
There you go. Appreciate you.